If you've ever felt this, your starseed is close. If you've ever felt this, your starseed is close. That feeling, subtle yet profound, has been whispering to you for a long time. It comes in waves, sometimes arriving in the stillness of the night, in moments of deep reflection, or during those strange déjà vu experiences that leave you questioning reality itself. You feel it in your bones, in your dreams, in the way you sometimes look up at the sky and recognize something beyond human comprehension. It is not just imagination. It is not random. It is the calling of something beyond this physical form. Your starseed, your celestial origin, your divine connection is drawing near. And the question you must ask yourself is, are you ready to listen? There are moments in life when you feel disconnected from the world around you, as if you don't belong here. You see people going about their daily routines, preoccupied with superficial concerns, yet something in you resists fully engaging in that way of being. You've always felt different, haven't you? Not in an egotistical way, but in a deep, soulful way. You've sensed that this earth, this reality, is only a fraction of what truly exists. And this sensation, that quiet, ever-present knowing inside you, is the very sign that your starseed is close.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Many people dismiss these feelings. They suppress them with distractions, drown them out with the noise of the world. But those who are truly awakening cannot ignore it. It becomes louder, more insistent, manifesting in synchronicities, in repeated patterns, in unexplainable urges to seek out information about the cosmos, spirituality, or ancient wisdom. Have you noticed that lately? That your mind is being drawn towards topics you never considered before? That you find yourself questioning everything? That you feel an inexplicable pull towards the stars, as if something beyond is trying to communicate with you? This is not coincidence. This is the moment before the awakening. Your starseed is close, and it is preparing you for something greater than you have ever imagined. You see, before you incarnated into this physical body, you carried memories, codes, and wisdom from a place beyond Earth. That knowledge, though dormant for much of your life, never truly disappears. Instead, it waits for the right moment to be activated, to unfold like a cosmic blueprint guiding you back to your true essence. The signs are all around you, but have you been paying attention? One of the clearest signs that your starseed is close is an intense shift in perception. Things that once seemed important, material success, social validation, external achievements, begin to feel hollow. You start craving something deeper, something real. Conversations that once engaged you now feel empty. The pursuits that used to bring you temporary happiness no longer satisfy your soul. Instead, you start yearning for something intangible, truth, meaning, purpose. This is not depression. This is not disillusionment. This is the shedding of the old self, the dissolving of the illusions that have kept you asleep. And then, something remarkable happens. You start encountering synchronicities that defy logic. You think of someone, and they message you. You see repeating numbers, 911, 222, 333 everywhere, as if the universe is speaking to you in a secret language. You feel an unshakable sense of being guided, as if invisible hands are moving you towards something unseen but inevitable. You begin to have dreams, vivid, otherworldly dreams where you see places that don't exist on Earth, hear voices that are not your own, experience emotions that feel ancient and familiar. At first, you may doubt yourself, you may question your sanity. But deep down, you know that this is real, that something profound is happening, that you are on the brink of remembering who you truly are. And here's the most important question you must ask yourself right now. If this is all true, if your starseed is close, then what are you going to do about it? Will you answer the call? Or will you let fear and doubt keep you asleep? The moment before awakening, when reality begins to crumble. There comes a time when everything you once believed begins to shake. The world no longer feels the same. The way people interact, the routines you once followed without question, even the very fabric of time itself, something about it all feels different. You may not be able to explain it in words, but you sense it. A shift, a distortion, a quiet unraveling of the false reality that has kept you bound for so long. This is the moment before the awakening, and it is not always comfortable. When your starseed is close, your very existence starts to vibrate at a different frequency. It's subtle at first: strange thoughts, an unusual sensitivity to energy, an increasing discomfort in places that once felt normal. The foods you used to enjoy might suddenly feel heavy, unnatural. The people you once resonated with may seem distant, as if they are speaking but their words no longer reach you. You feel everything more intensely: the emotions of others, the fluctuations in the atmosphere, the unspoken energies that drift between conversations and spaces. This is not your imagination. This is your soul preparing for something far greater than you ever anticipated. But here's the thing few people talk about. Awakening is not a gentle process. It is not a peaceful, blissful experience where you simply wake up one day enlightened and free. No, before the light, there is the breaking, the dismantling, the dissolution of everything false. And that is where many people falter. Because when reality begins to crumble, fear arises, doubt creeps in. Your mind may try to convince you that you are losing yourself, that you are making it all up. But let me ask you something: if this was all just your imagination, why does it feel more real than anything else you've ever known? You see, the reason awakening is so intense is because you are not just remembering who you are unlearning everything you were conditioned to believe. The moment your starseed energy begins to activate, the illusions of this world become painfully obvious. The lies, the distractions, the artificial constructs built to keep you asleep, they no longer hold power over you. And that is terrifying to the part of you that has lived comfortably within those illusions. But you were never meant to stay asleep. Your very presence in this lifetime is a sign that something greater is unfolding. You came here with a purpose, a mission, a frequency that is meant to shift the collective consciousness. And now you are beginning to remember. But will you allow yourself to step fully into it? Many people, when they reach this point, try to turn back. They cling to the old world, desperately trying to fit into a version of themselves that no longer exists, but that only leads to suffering. The dissonance between who you were and who you are becoming grows unbearable. You feel stuck, lost, uncertain. And yet, the call does not stop. Your starseed energy does not retreat. It only grows stronger. And so, you are faced with a choice. Will you surrender to the unknown? Will you allow yourself to step beyond the boundaries of what you were told is possible? Will you trust that the pull you feel deep within your soul is leading you exactly where you need to go? Because here's the truth: once you reach this stage, there is no going back. Even if you try to ignore it, even if you attempt to drown it out with distractions or logic, the knowing remains. It lingers in the quiet moments, in the space between thoughts, in the way the universe keeps placing signs in front of you, waiting for you to acknowledge them. So I ask you, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of losing the life you have known? Are you afraid of stepping into something that cannot be explained with words? Or are you afraid of your own power? Because that is what this is truly about. Power. The power of remembering. The power of stepping beyond the veil and embracing the infinite potential that has always been within you. And here's the most profound realization: you are not alone in this. There are others, many others, who are feeling this same shift, this same pull, this same unraveling of who they thought they were. You are part of something much greater than yourself, a collective awakening, a remembering. And as your starseed draws near, you will begin to find them. The ones who see the world as you do, the ones who have been waiting for you, just as you have been waiting for them. This is the path. This is the moment. And you are exactly where you are meant to be. But the real question is what happens next. The veil has lifted. Now, nothing will ever be the same. Once you reach this point, there is no turning back, not because you are being forced forward, but because something within you refuses to return to the illusion. The veil has lifted, and now you see. You see the world for what it truly is, a grand stage where souls come to experience, to learn, to evolve. You see through the facades, the artificial structures designed to keep humanity distracted. You recognize the patterns, the cycles, the invisible forces shaping reality. And most importantly, you begin to see yourself. Not the self that was molded by society. Not the self that spent years trying to fit in, trying to be accepted, trying to find meaning in a world that often felt empty. No, what you see now is the real you, the eternal you, the part of you that existed before this lifetime and will exist long after. And with that realization comes something even more powerful: responsibility. Because now that you know, you cannot unknow. You cannot pretend to be unaware of the truth that has been revealed to you. You cannot go back to sleep when your soul is wide awake. And so, the question becomes, what will you do with this knowing? This is where many hesitate. This is where the mind begins to resist. Because stepping into your true essence means letting go of everything that no longer aligns with you. It means walking away from old versions of yourself, from relationships that no longer serve your growth, from belief systems that once felt safe, but are now too small to contain who you are becoming. And that is not easy. It is not comfortable, but it is necessary. Your starseed has not come close to you by accident. This is not random. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for, the moment where you step beyond the limitations of this world and embrace the vastness of who you truly are. And as you do, something incredible happens. You begin to vibrate at a different frequency. At first it feels strange. You notice that certain places, certain people, certain conversations feel heavy, as if they drain your energy. You crave solitude, not because you are lonely, but because you are recalibrating. Your mind is expanding, your perception is shifting, and the old ways of being no longer resonate. But then, as you adjust to this new frequency, something even more profound occurs. You start attracting different experiences. You meet people who speak the language of your soul, people who have been through the same awakening, people who carry the same knowing in their eyes. It is as if the universe is rearranging itself to align you with those who are meant to walk this path with you. And that is when you truly understand this was never just about you. It was never just about your personal awakening, your individual journey. This is about something much greater. A collective shift. A wave of souls remembering their origins, remembering why they came here, remembering that they are part of something vast and infinite. But not everyone is ready. You will notice that some people resist this truth. They will call it fantasy, delusion, wishful thinking. They will try to pull you back into the old paradigm, not because they are malicious, but because they are afraid. Afraid of what it means if everything they believed was an illusion. Afraid of the unknown. Afraid of their own potential. Do not judge them. Do not try to force them to see what they are not yet ready to see. That is not your role. Your role is to embody the truth, to live in alignment with your highest self, to radiate the frequency of awakening, so that when they are ready, they will find their way. And they will. Because once the light is ignited, it spreads. Once one soul awakens, it creates a ripple effect, touching countless others in ways that cannot always be seen but are always felt. Your very existence, your very presence, is part of this transformation. So now the question is no longer, is my starseed close? The question is, now that I know, what will I do with this truth? The return of the cosmic self, becoming who you were always meant to be. This is it. The moment you have been sensing, the threshold you have been standing before, the path that has been calling you all along. Everything has led to this, every strange synchronicity, every unexplainable pull, every moment of deep knowing that you could never quite put into words. You are not just awakening, you are returning to the truth of who you are, returning to the infinite, cosmic self that has always existed beyond time, beyond space, beyond the limitations of this human experience. But what does that actually mean? What does it mean to embody your starseed essence? To live as the being you were always meant to be? At first, it may feel overwhelming. You have spent a lifetime being told what is possible, what is real, what you should believe. And now, all of that is dissolving. The boundaries of reality are expanding before your eyes, and you are realizing that the only limits are the ones you once believed in. The universe is not separate from you. It is within you. And your consciousness, your awareness, is the key to unlocking the vastness of existence itself. This is where many people hesitate. They fear stepping into their power because they do not yet trust themselves. They wonder, who am I to hold such wisdom? Who am I to remember truths that others have forgotten? Who am I to be different? But let me ask you this, who are you not to be? Your very existence in this moment is proof that you are ready. You would not have reached this point if you were not meant to. The very fact that you are hearing these words, feeling these truths resonate in your soul, is the confirmation you have been waiting for. You are ready. You always have been. You just needed to remember. And now it is time to step forward. The world is shifting. The old structures are crumbling. The illusions that have kept humanity asleep are losing their power. And as they fall away, something new is emerging, a new way of being, a new consciousness, a new reality. This is why you are here. You are not just an observer of this transformation. You are a participant in it. You are a catalyst, a guide, a light in the darkness for those who are still searching. But the path forward is not about forcing others to wake up. It is not about trying to convince anyone of what you now see so clearly. True transformation does not come from external pressure. It comes from within. And the most powerful thing you can do is to fully embody your truth, to live in complete alignment with the frequency of your highest self. Because when you do that, something incredible happens. You begin to radiate an energy that others feel before they even understand it. You become a living example of what is possible. You show, not with words, but with your very presence, what it means to exist beyond fear, beyond illusion, beyond limitation. And in doing so, you activate something in others the same way something was once activated in you. This is the ripple effect of awakening. It does not happen through force. It happens through presence, through energy, through the silent but undeniable power of a soul that has remembered. And that is what you are now. A soul that has remembered. So what comes next? What do you do with this knowledge? The answer is simple. You live it. You trust the pull of your intuition even when it defies logic. You follow the synchronicities even when they lead you into the unknown. You embrace your gifts, your insights, your abilities without fear, without shame, without doubt. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into a world that was never designed for your full expansion. You become. Because that is what this journey has always been about. Not about learning something new, but about becoming who you were always meant to be. And so, I ask you one final question, the most important question of all. Now that you have remembered, how will you choose to exist?